Wonderful. Let's go ahead and get on our way. It looks like we do have a quorum where we can go ahead and address some of our meeting agenda items. Um, could you put up the agenda? All right, thank you. As she does that, I'll go ahead and introduce myself. Yat e shikedo shidne e she tore chi inishla. Filagana fashitin ashini dashi che. Filagana dashi. Water design and cultural learning. So thank you. That is me. And then we'll go down to our next officer. And that would be Jerry. If you'd like to take a moment to introduce yourself.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Jerry Thomas. I'm the secretary for AIEA, and thank you for being here.
Thank you. If you just want to go down the line and then just be ready for your name, because please give your name, your introduction if you know it or have it, and then also where you are currently working, and that's about it for today.
Okay, first up, we have Sheila.
Hi, hello from Scottsdale. Sorry, my video thing doesn't reach down far enough for me to put my camera on. But I'm Sheila Seaprith, and I'm with Scottsdale Unified School District Native American Program Coordinator for the last 27 years. I'm happy to be here. Thank you.
Thank you, Sheila. Okay, next up, we have Joaquin.
Hi, everybody. My name is Joaquin Preston. I am the Travel State Policy Associate with the National Indian Education Association, and I am based out here in Phoenix, Arizona. Good to see everybody.
Thank you, Joaquin. Next up, we have Jamie.
Good morning, everybody. My name is Jamie Destiny. I work with Mary Lou Fulton's Teachers College as the Native and Indigenous Student Recruiter Coordinator for the PEAK program, which stands for the Preparing Educators for Arizona's Indian Communities. Thank you for having me.
Thank you, Jamie. Next up, we have Sarah.
Good morning. My name is Sarah Woody Jackson. I am the newest member of under the Arizona Department of Education, under the Office of Indian Education. I am the current program project specialist, and I was invited to this meeting by Linan, and hopefully she'll be joining us soon, but I'm just here to kind of listen in. This is my first week. So I am learning more about your association and how it will apply to me and how I can best assist the Office of Indian Education as well. Thank you so much.
Oh, thank you, Sarah. Next up, we have Zani.
Hi, good morning, everyone. Yat Eshe Zanya Libas Yanishia Hashkanzo Nishla Nakai Bashachin Nakai Erashnalado Sinjakina Erashe. Hi, hello, everyone. My name is Zanya Olivas. I'm a program coordinator at the University of Arizona Southwest Environmental Health Sciences Center. I know it's a mouthful. So I work with their community engagement core, and I oversee a high school summer program for Native students. And so I was invited to this group. I'm here along with my colleague, Alex. It's really nice to be here today.
Thank you, Zani. Okay, next up we have Alex.
Morning, everyone. My name is Alex Benavides, again, a program coordinator at the University of Arizona Southwest Environmental Health Sciences Center as a program coordinator. I lead the Students Journey program that provides transfer pathways for tribal college students going to four-year universities. So we're really happy to be here today. Thank you.
Thank you, Alex. Next up, we have Melody.
Good morning from Tucson, Arizona. This is Melody. I'm Hopi Navajo and Pueblo, the owner of Indigenous Strategies. I was not invited to this meeting. Just kidding. I'm like, I just came because Esther and Jerry are here and they're awesome. I'm only here to noon. And I have some information to share from the Native Education Alliance, and I'll just put it in chat later.
Thank you, Melody. Okay, next up, we got Katie.
Good morning, everybody. My name is Katie Parker. I am with the White River Unified School District up in the White Mountains, where it's nice and pretty.
Thank you, Katie. And then next up, we have Lynanne.
Hi, everybody out there. Thanks for joining us today, and it's great to be here with you all. My name is Lynanne Yazzie. I am the current Deputy Associate Superintendent for the Office of Indian Education, and looking forward to discussing with you all today what we have on the agenda. Thank you. Goodbye.
Thank you, Lynanne. And next up, give me 1 second. Okay, we're just waiting for Melanie to connect, and then we can ask for introductions.
I haven't done an introduction.
Oh, I'm sorry, Anna. Go right ahead.
Okay, this is Anna Tanguma Gallegos. I'm from Arizona State University from Center for Broadening Participation in STEM. We presented a PD, I think it was last month, for nanotechnology and biomimicry. So hello again, everyone, and I'm glad that I'm here.
Thank you, Anna. Okay. Hello, Melanie. Right now we're just doing introductions. If you'd like, can you please introduce yourself?
Yes, thank you. Sorry, I was joining a little bit late. My name is Melanie Mariano. I am the Youth Program Manager here at the Phoenix Indian Center. Today is a very exciting day for us. As you may know, we're the oldest Native American nonprofit organization in the US, and today we're celebrating our 75th anniversary with our large fundraiser that we do every year, the S&T Ball, which is why I was a little bit late, so I do apologize. But I've been in my position here now for about 1.5 years. I am Cowlitz Coast Salish. My tribe is originally from Washington State, Mount St. Helens area. But I moved down here with my spouse about 1.5 years ago, and I started this position literally a couple days later. So I was blessed to work within our demographic, and I really appreciate everything that we're able to do for our Indigenous youth, because we are a college and career based program here, and I really appreciate being on these meetings. Thank you.
Thank you, Melanie. Okay, that should be it, Esther.
All right. Thank you very much for taking the time to be here. We've got some wonderful people who can chime in on what's happening in our state and also nationally. So wonderful. Thank you for sharing the minutes, Sherry, and walking us through our participants for today. So once again, my name is Esther, and I'll be leading the meeting for this today. Our President Kim is unable to be here at this time. All right, and so I just want to welcome all of you, and then we're going to, one moment, and as always, we want to make sure that we give credit to our people. And so we're going to start with the land acknowledgement. The AIEA Land Acknowledgement Statement goes like this. Beneath the contemporary surface of any site in the United States, there are histories of belonging that have been erased, overlooked, contested, and forgotten. All ways to support ideas sovereign tribal nations, variously called tribes, nations, bands, pueblos, community, and native villages that have a formal nation-to-nation relationship with the U.S. government. There are 334 federally and state recognized American Indian reservations in 2010. These 574 tribal nations are located across 35 states and within the geographic borders of the United States. Even within the U.S. around the world who contributed their hopes, dreams, and energy to making the history that led to this moment in time. Some were brought here against their will. Some were drawn to leave their distant homes in a hope of a better life. And some have lived on this land for more generations than can be counted. Truth and acknowledgement are critical to building mutual respect and connection across all barriers of heritage and difference. We begin this effort to acknowledge what has been buried by honoring the truth. Today, we acknowledge the ancestral lands of the Akamil O'odham and the Peepash people upon which our AIEA headquarters stands. I also acknowledge the homelands of the Tohono O'odham and the Yomi people, in which our president in Tucson currently resides. We pay respects to their elders, past and present. Please take a moment to consider the many legacies of violence, displacement, migration, and settlement that brings us together here today. And please join us in uncovering such truths at any and all public events. Thank you for taking the time to be here and listen to that piece. Okay, and going back to the agenda. Um, Jerry, do we have access to these meeting minutes?
Okay, so we already approved February, April. I believe June was a special meeting, but we tabled that. And then September, unfortunately, I did not get to finish it this morning for the September minutes, but I would like to make a motion to table that until the next meeting.
Okay, there's a motion on the table. Would anyone second the motion?
This is Katie. I second.
Thank you, Katie. And so all in favor of tabling the meeting minutes to the next meeting for September excuse me, tabling the September 9 meeting minutes until the next meeting, say aye.
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 Anyone opposed? All right, sustain. All right, the motion is passed. Thank you, Jerry. Okay. And next on the agenda is the president's report. And so we're going to go ahead and move forward with that piece. There are some items that Miss Kimberly Regay wanted me to go ahead and share. Just want to make sure I have all the pieces. All right, so happy spectacular October AIEA membership and community. This month acknowledged October 10th as Indigenous Peoples Day. 11 U.S. states celebrated Indigenous Peoples Day via proclamation, while 10 other treaties treats it as an official holiday. President Biden issued a proclamation which states in part, "We have more to do to help lift tribal communities from the shadows of our broken promises, to protect their right to vote, and to help them access other opportunities that their ancestors were long denied. On Indigenous Peoples Day, we celebrate Indigenous history and our new beginning together, honoring Native Americans for shaping the contours of this country since time immemorial." The proclamation can be read in its entirety at the whitehouse.gov briefing room, presidential actions. The AIEA continues to strive in developing educational strategies and activities for American Indian students to academically succeed. The executive board leadership underwent a few changes over the past few months. But we've continued to work diligently to provide continuous resources. The POL committee is currently planning an upcoming for the Protect Our Land Winter Youth Camp that focuses on using cultural committee. It's currently planning on using cultural knowledge to protect our lands and environment. The scholarship committee has released the recipients of the 2022-23 AIEA Student Scholarship. It's always an inspiration to review our outstanding Native students. AIEA will continue to meet monthly to share ideas, concerns, and exciting activities implemented throughout programs that benefit Native students. We also continue to keep updated on the valuable resources that other organizations are providing that can be helpful to our membership and students. And so after we finish the agenda here, we will have a time for our program share outs. Here are a few reminders and resources that are beneficial for our Native educators and community. AIEA, we have our email address. We also have a website. We have a YouTube channel, and we also have a Facebook page. So if you're on any of those and would like more information, please check those out. The mission of the Arizona Indian Education is to develop educational strategies and activities consistent with Arizona's academic standards and to provide research and resources to Arizona schools for their American Indian students to achieve academic excellence through culturally responsive education. AIEA meetings will continue to be held virtually by Zoom every third Friday until further notice. The Zoom link, meeting ID, and passcode remains the same for every meeting. The next meeting is on November 18th. That's a Friday, and it will be on Zoom. Our upcoming events, we have the AIEA 2022 Protect Our Land Winter Youth Camp. And the focus on that is braiding the elements of life. Our location that we have currently is going to be the Santa Rita Experiment. Be released soon. The AIEA is pleased to announce the third annual Protect Our Land Camp. It is Friday through Monday. The event is going to be open to American Indian students 7th through 12th grade living in Arizona. This year's theme emphasizes the way that our ancestors used cultural knowledge of the surrounding environment to sustain a way of life for our people. For more information or registration, we do have our two coordinators. We have Kimberly Dinka Begay and then also Enrique Salt. And so that is coming up, and we hope that you get some students to participate. And like I said, registration will be coming out by email. JOM, the Arizona Johnson O'Malley Quarterly Virtual Forum continues this month. The forum is hosted and facilitated the many questions from the JOM contractors. Although the forum is geared towards the JOM contractors, all stakeholders in Indian education are welcome to attend. For those receiving JOM funds, please share with your parent community members and let them know if you have any topic areas you'd like to see addressed, they can bring those at that time. The next virtual forum will be held on Thursday, October 27th from 9 a.m. to noon. The NJOM annual conference this year was held in Las Vegas, Nevada on September 19th to the 21st. There were over 650 attendees with over 35 workshops and 8 make and take activity sessions. Renowned artist Ricardo Kate, author of Without Reservation Cartoons, served as the MC. So it was great to have him there. He was a funny guy and also helped NJOMA during that time. AIEA was represented by myself. I did attend. She, it says she represented us well in presenting a workshop to participants and sharing STEM-related strategies for students. Kim happened to overhear a few of the workshop participants gave positive feedback on how energetic I was and how fun the session was in learning how to connect STEM. A full report will be shared during the November general meeting. I did have a wonderful time giving that session. The participants were very active in participating. They enjoyed the session itself and had lots of questions on how to integrate STEM into their own programs. And so I did show them several examples on how to do that. And then if you want more information on that, I will have something available in November. Is there anyone who did go would like to mention anything about the JOM conference and JOMA? All right. Okay, not right now, but if you have any ideas, let me know. All right, Title VI. As a reminder, the school year 2021-22 Easy Annual Performance Report will close on October 28th. So if you haven't done it by now, you might want to go ahead and get that done. The Office of Indian Education's Easy Annual Performance Report is an annual report that provides performance data on the status of the funded project that corresponds to the scope and objectives established in the approved application and any approved amendments. Each entity's registered point of contact and authorized official representative should have received an entity-specific link, and then on that, that can open the data to access each of your EASY's APR, and it's called the VIA OMBX Max Survey Portal. For those who received Title VI funding, if you have not received this link, you'll want to contact your authorizing official. So you have several days to get that completed. The 30th Annual Schools Out Make It Count Conference is on Saturday, October 22nd. That is tomorrow. It is at the Phoenix Convention Center. From learn new activities and strategies for working with youth. Educator CEU units are available for all workshops. Advance your skills. There's going to be an amazing exhibit hall, fabulous giveaways, and of course, awards of excellence ceremony. We encourage membership also to AIEA. Your voice does make a difference in creating positive impact in the education for our Native students. The 2022-23 AIEA membership is available online at https://itcaonline.com/AIEA. Membership in AIEA supports our youth by adding value to their learning experience through cultural awareness programs, by modeling support for our unique Indian institutions, by creating a learning community to address the needs, and by supporting professional development activities and trainings. In addition, members receive a significant discount at AIEA events and activities. Membership is for 1 year, and this begins November 1st to October 31st. So if you do have a current membership, it will be ending October 31st, and then we are taking enrollment currently. So just go online at the itcaonline.com, AIEA/AIEA, and then there's a form there. You fill it out and then send in your payment. Okay, so in conclusion, AIEA continues to create safe spaces for our memberships to be heard. We will also continue to work with the allies and partners to make meaningful and measurable change within our organization and society as a whole, in keeping with our mission to provide research and resources to Arizona schools for American Indian students to achieve academic excellence through cultural responsive education. I want to thank you, educators and Indian education stakeholders, for the work you do on a daily basis. We encourage you and keep up the outstanding work and efforts you're doing at your sites and around in our communities. Know that you're making a positive difference for our Native American community, and AIEA sincerely appreciates each of you. Thank you for your time. For those who are attending the meeting today, keep posted to your emails, check our website out, our social media for any updates or what's happening around our nation. If you have any questions, please contact us. Our email address is aiea.est2003@gmail.com. And that is the president's report for this meeting on October 21st. Thank you. And thank you to Kim for writing that out ahead of time. All right, and so next on our agenda, we do have the treasurer's report. Um, Travis is unable to make it today, so we are going to table the treasurer's report until our next meeting. So can someone make a motion for that?
Hi, this is Jerry. I motion to table the treasurer's report until the next meeting.
Thank you, Jerry. Is there a second?
Hi, this is Lynn, and I'll second that.
Thank you, Lynn. All right. Thank you so very much again for listening to all of those items that were on the president's report. And then next on the agenda, Indian education updates. And so we have both Lynn Ann and Sarah here with us today. And you can go ahead and introduce yourself again and then let us know what's going on in Indian education.
Thank you, Esther. I'm just going to share just a couple of opportunities that are coming up, but I did want to congratulate and welcome Sarah Woody Jackson, who's our brand new program project specialist. And so she, it's always great to be able to expand our staff. And so she just started on Monday, as she may have shared already, but we are excited to have her join our team. And so just wanted you all to welcome her. Hopefully she'll be attending future AIEA meetings. So she's in today just to kind of see what topics are covered and what's discussed, and also just to connect with you all as well. And so I just wanted to share very quickly a few of the efforts that are coming out of our office currently. We just finished up or held on Indigenous Peoples Day on October 10th, our Changing the Narrative K-12 Indigenous Literacy Symposium. So we provided a one-day professional learning or professional development opportunity for educators from across the state. I think we had about 60, and that was the maximum that we had a capacity for. So we had those spots fill up, I think maybe 2 or 3 months ago, and we did have a waiting list. So we know that there is a lot of interest in this field. A couple of the objectives for the day was just that educators be able to articulate the importance of using Indigenous K-12 literature in their classrooms through the lens of equity, diversity, and inclusion. Also, they educators and teachers, and it wasn't just teachers that we also had some program representatives, so that was also great. We had some like school leadership and administration that also attended, so that was really helpful to kind of have a broad range of an audience. They also looked at different types of texts and kind of the representation of Indigenous perspectives within those texts. And then finally, they were able to work with one another to plan, how to implement what they were learning. And it was a really great space for us to be able to leverage both internal and external partners. And that's one thing that we're really looking at right now out of our office, is to ensure that there is shared responsibility across our agency, that it is not only our office that is doing work in support of our Indigenous students and educators. We really want to make sure that that is seen throughout all program areas and divisions and departments within ADE. And so in the spirit of that, our team really is striving to utilize as many internal, external partners. We also worked with the Arizona Humanities, which, that organization's the one who actually provided all of the funding for this project. And so they were an amazing partner. They provided textbooks, or not textbooks, but literature for the educators that attended. And so they were able to actually take books home. And then we also worked with ASU Labriola, who hosted this event in their space, which is amazing. So if y'all haven't had a chance to check that out, it's on ASU's main campus in Tempe. They were also gracious hosts for us as well. We did have Superintendent Hoffman, who did provide an opening. And so you know, again, we had various departments, Office of Academic Standards, from the English Language Arts. We also had our OLS, Office of English Language Acquisition Services, you know, so again, great partnerships. And so this is all part of the Indigenous Text Project. That was our first event. The next event that we're hosting is actually virtual, and that's where I wanted to present this opportunity for everybody in this space. Hopefully you'll be able to join us. It's going to be on November 1st. We do have an Indigenous author panel. We do have 5 authors confirmed, and they are going to speak to their books that cover anything, grades and ages from, you know, pre-K all the way through young adult. Into high school. And so I'll go ahead and put some of those links in the chat for you all to kind of explore further. And I know that Esther did mention the JOM forum that we're having on October 27th. I can also put a link to our website where we have that information for the Arizona JOM forum. Should be pretty informative, so hopefully you all are able to join us for that. And then finally, just wanted to point you to our website. I'll go ahead and put that link in the chat as well once I'm done with my with sharing information. We do have a lot of great resources available, including tribal consultation information. We've got professional learning opportunities, and we also have a place where under the Contact Us tab, where you can sign up for our listservs. We have multiple listservs that you can you know, engage in. We have a bi-weekly that we share out just various opportunities for different stakeholders. And then we also have specific to JOM, specific to professional learning. And so again, I'll just put all of those links in. If anybody has any questions, I'm happy to answer, but definitely reach out to us if you all, you know, have feedback, input, questions, need assistance with anything. So thank you.
Wonderful. Thank you, Lynanne. There's some good stuff going on, and I can't wait to see you at some of these events. Okay, next on the agenda, we do have the National Indian Education Association rep here, Joaquin. All right, we're ready for you.
Well, yeah, there. Good morning, everybody. I am, or excuse me, NIEA. We just completed our national NIEA 2022 trade show. So I was able to see quite a few of the folks from Arizona there. So that was good seeing everybody. Had over 1,800 attendees. So it was one of our biggest and very successful convention this year. So as far as state updates, so as you know, we are in a midterm election season. So a lot of the politics of Indian education, it hasn't necessarily been put on hold for us on the community and the local level, but in some respects it has been on the legislative level, just because of the legislature trying to wait to see what the outcome of these elections in various states. And I know in Arizona, we are keeping an eye on the governors and the superintendent election to see how that shapes out and how that will affect Native education. And very similar to other states, NIEA is working with. Minnesota is another one where we are keeping an eye on what's going to happen in the governor's race. But something that things that are kind of arising to that we want to highlight is California passed their Indian Education Act just last month. So California has a very unique situation going on with their infrastructure for Native education on the state level. So it's very, it may not be necessarily too applicable in the Arizona context because their infrastructure works through Native education centers. And not necessarily through a Office of Indian Education that's kind of as formalized and organized as we have here in Arizona, but still it's a very interesting regional policy update that's happening. And NIEA, of course, we are going to be moving more into working in the Southwest area. So that will include California and Arizona. We actually have a Native Education for All project in Arizona that we are working on currently. And so I'll give you more details on that as we continue to talk with particularly Intertribal Council of Arizona and Office of Indian Ed with Linan. And of course, Arizona Indian Education Association want to bring you more into what exactly NIEA has going on. So it's an ongoing developing project. So I will have more updates next month as I have some of these meetings and I'm able to flesh out a little bit more of what these projects are going to look like. And then one other thing I wanted to mention was the resolutions that were passed at our convention. And again, our resolutions are something that we like to promote for local community members, tribes, various other Native education organizations, associations can use as either model resolutions for themselves or to show what the voice of the membership on a national level has to say about Native education on issues that might be more local to them. So we had quite a few resolutions passed. I'll give you the website to if you want to take a look at some of the drafts of these resolutions. We do not have their final edited forms up yet, but here's a couple of here's what the drafts form as they went into convention. They did have edits. Our advocacy committee did go through and edit several of these documents, but the spirit of them remains. And there's a couple that are not on this list because they were introduced as emergency, but I'll quickly just go over what passed. So resolution in support of establishing and supporting pathways for Native American teachers education program. So particularly relating to the reauthorization of the Higher Education Act. There's a resolution on support for collaborative efforts that increase Native language learning. A resolution on the support for federal charter school policy for Native American students, a resolution on support for land back campaigns, and then emergency resolutions included an Indigenous languages being a high school graduation requirement, and then one on critical race theory and NIEA developing messaging or tools around critical race theory and how what specifically the membership stance on issues involving critical race theory are. So all of these resolutions passed. As soon as the final resolutions are updated and ready to distribute, I will make that, I can send that out so that way you're aware. Again, this is language you can use to in your own local context to show that there is a broader national movement around these particular topics and to in some ways weaponize NIEA as a national organization and their stance on these issues. So again, I think I should have more to report out on probably in the next 2 coming months as the midterms are settling down. There are a couple of things going on the federal level, and more planning stuff, nothing concretely that I can report on. But as soon as those the midterm elections are over, I should have a quite beefy report for you.
Wow, that's excellent that those resolutions passed, all of them. So that is wonderful news because, you know, we are always fighting here within our own state and other states as well to make sure that Indian education is getting noticed and being utilized within our schools. Wonderful. And can't wait to hear what's coming up. It sounds like you've got some good stuff going. So thank you, Joaquin. We appreciate your report and being here today. All right, and as you look in the chat, Miss Yazi is putting in information about the AZ JOM forum and also a couple links. So Joaquin, if you have anything to share, please put it in the chat. And I know that Jerry is leaving in a moment, so in a moment we'll have to switch over PowerPoints, and then I guess I'll be running both, and that's okay. Jamie, thank you. You have a great day too. All right, and so for to go on in our agenda for today, we're looking at the 2022-23 AI election affirmations. Oh, okay. September's meeting, as you see here, we voted in to cease nominations and re-elect several members and positions. The president, Ms. Kimberly Benkabage, was re-elected as president. I myself, Esther Nystrom, was re-elected as vice president. And then the secretary, um, Jerry, was re-elected as the secretary. Nominations for treasurer and co-secretary were opened at that time. And then we do need to talk about corrections needed on nominations that were given at that time. So we spoke out to Sheila Cephas, and she is willing to step in the role as our treasurer. She is here today, and so Sheila, thank you so much for going into that role. As for our co-secretary, um, he is actually changing from treasurer to co-secretary. And so we do have a switch of roles there. And so for today, since we do have a quorum of people who are registered voters, we'd like to go ahead and move forward on resolving this and giving the affirmation to elect these two people into these positions as treasurer and co-secretary. Can someone please make a motion?
This is Lynanne. I make a motion in regards to the nominations for treasurer for Sheila Cypress. I'm sorry, Sheila, if I mispronounce your name. I think it's Cypress. And then co-secretary Travis Lane.
Thank you, Lynanne. Does anyone second?
This is Jerry. I second the motion.
Thank you, Jerry. All vote in favor of Sheila and Travis and being the treasurer and co-secretary, say aye.
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 Anyone opposed? All right, anyone sustain? All right, thank you. The motion is passed. Congratulations on Sheila and Travis on their roles as the treasurer and co-secretary. Thank you, everyone. All right, old business, and that brings, I will go ahead and discuss that portion. The AIEA announced we are announcing the 2022 AIEA Student Scholars. We are pleased to announce the recipients of the Student Scholarship. The scholarship recognized American Indian students who demonstrated exemplary achievements in academics, community service, and leadership, and who consistently participate in cultural activities. The goal of the scholarship is to promote, encourage, and support students as they develop into scholars and prepare to engage in important career as adults. Scholarship categories include seventh generation, academic, AIEA exemplary, and make a difference. The recipients were selected by the average highest score based on each categorical rubric of which they applied for. Applicants for our middle school. So from year to year, we still need that available since we're not getting any participation there. Our high school, $400. In academics, we have Twanisha Tracy, who's Navajo, and she's at St. Michael's Indian School. So she will be receiving the $400 and also an announcement for her. As for the exemplary and make a difference, we had low participation as well and did not have any applicants for those two categories. For college at $700 under academics, and I do apologize right now. I hope I'm just gonna go ahead and try. In their academics, we have Befit Udni Hatatli, Navajo at the Arizona State University Polytechnic Campus. Excuse me. Under exemplary, we have Teresa Sundas, Navajo, who is at Arizona State University. In the category of make a difference, we have Jody King, who is San Carlos Apache, and she's located at the Northern Arizona University. To all the students that applied, thank you for sharing your leadership and motivation and inspiration through the outstanding application process. To all of our Native students, remember to hold on to what identifies you as a student, as a person, and as an individual. That will empower you to accomplish the loftiest goals. Native American people grow and hold to their customs, moving forward and strive to bring progression, honoring the fact of where we came from. We encourage you as students also to hold on what you have been taught in your education, to strive towards your own progression and your educational journeys. And so we will be presenting their awards next meeting as stated, and that is November 18th. And we want to thank all of those who did fill out for the application and presented all of their pieces. It was a wonderful thing to read what our students are doing in their communities. I wish I could give them all awards because they're all working hard. They're all participating in one way or another. So I look forward to meeting these students, these exemplary students on Zoom at our next meeting. All right, and for new business, this one will be short. I did talk about it a little bit. It is the Winter Youth Leadership Camp that is coming into play December 16th to 19th. All right, give me one moment. Jerry had to step out, and so I will go ahead and put the PowerPoint on the screen. Give me one moment, please. Okay. So this is what I'm going to be able to see as I speak. If there's any questions in the chat, if someone could help out. Okay. All right. Looking ahead at the Protect Our Land Winter Youth Camp. This is what the flyer will look like. The flyer does say summer camp, but it's going to be a winter youth camp. Like I said, it's braiding the elements of life, and the location is Santa Rita Experimental Range Campsite. And so we're hoping to be over there with our students December 16th to the 19th in Green Valley, Arizona. the Winter Youth Camp Planning Committee. We are calling for committee members. As always, if you would like to help out, please let us know. You can contact myself, Kim, or any of the officers, and we can get you in contact to make sure that you would like to participate during this time. We attend bi-weekly meetings right now. We're coordinating presenters and volunteers. We exchange ideas and contacts. We're doing outreach to our tribal entities that are around, different colleges and youth council partners. And then we're also coordinating student packet supplies. These are, I believe the package supplies are just about completed, but we'll be finishing up those soon. So if you'd like to participate and be on the committee with us, we'd love to have you. Just reach out, please. The registration for this for each student is $150. So as November comes around, we're definitely going to be doing some reach out to people, and we'd like those payments in so we can get them booked and into a nice space. Okay, membership. And for you, we know that you're doing great things. And so at this time, if you have any flyers, dates, upcoming activities, and I know November is really busy. That is our dedicated month, but we're Native every day. But you know, November, if you have something happening in November, please let us know. And so we'll do the program share outs. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and exit the PowerPoint so we can see your lovely face while you share with us. All right. So is there anyone who would like to share today of what your program is doing? What are you working on? What's your focus?
This is Sheila. I'll go ahead and start because I'm pretty excited about this. Next month on November 28th from 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. I have been working on this for years and finally got it taken care of. Scottsdale Unified School District will be holding their inaugural Culture Night for our Native American families, community, anybody. It's free. I'm inviting everybody here if you're in the area on that night. It's going to be held at Coronado High School, basically just south of Thomas off of Miller Road. So we're excited. I've been working on trying to do something like this because Scottsdale never has really had some, things like this for our Native kids. And of course, you know how it is in some districts, you fight everybody just to get what you want. So I have a very supportive superintendent that has been here now. He's on his third year. So we've been kind of working on this together. So it's, I'm so excited we got it going. Actually, Nadine Gronig helped me out with a couple of performers. So we're going to have Aaron White and Anthony Wakeman, along with Yellowbird Dancers, will be closing out the performance. I'm in the process of working on a couple of more things. As soon as I get a flyer set up of the agenda and so forth, I will definitely send that out to everyone and to this group. So if you're in the area, feel free to stop in. I'm going to have our Native Chant Club at the high school there, see if they can just set up a little booth so, you can come and see some of the work that they've been doing themselves and pictures and so forth. So it's kind of exciting. It's a new stepping stone for this district. And we also, at the beginning of the year, the superintendent imposed the land acknowledgement, the fact that we are on the Salt River Pima Maricopa Indian tribal ancestral land. So that was another big accomplishment for this district. So I'm making small steps, we have to jump over the hurdles. I feel like our poor immigrants coming over the wall. That's how I feel. Trying to get up the wall, scale it, and get over. So we're actually making some strides. So I'm loving my new staff and people that have come on board to be supportive of the program. So thank you.
Well, congratulations. That's great news. And that date again is November 28th from 6 to 8 at
Yes,
Coronado.
at
Coronado.
Coronado High School. Yes. And just a little side note, I want to thank you, Esther, for agreeing to come and do some culture classes. My teacher is like so excited. I talked to her the other day and you would think she won the lottery. She's excited, she's happy, she's ready for you to come on board.
Excellent. Thank you, Sheila. And I'll just go next since you already spoke about it. I was the program specialist for the Native American Education Program with Mesa Public Schools for 6 years. And well, I've taken a step to venture on my own. I am providing cultural education to districts who are willing to bring me in, programs who are willing to learn about equity, equality, and inclusion, working on professional developments. I've also been to several conferences, as I was speaking about earlier, JOM. I did go to NIEA as well, Ms. Nadine Bronig's Sun Clan conference. I'll be there this weekend. So I am still highly active in the community and willing to teach these cultural lessons. Very crafty, so I can get all of these students involved. So not only are they learning about the background knowledge on certain items that we're going to be working on. So uh, migration, resources, entrepreneurship, where our pieces come from, the difference between the different tribes, like moccasins, and then the students get that hands-on piece, or the adults get that hands-on piece as well. So the meaning of colors and our mountains and prayers and our strength, what we do for strength upon our indigenous people. And I know we are all different in strength. We use our prayer, we use hair binding, we use meditation, and all these different things that we can do to help us throughout our day. So that's kind of what I do. It's getting busy. So I'm currently working on my website. It is bitterwaterdesigns.com. And so actually I've been working on that on all night, trying to get that completed. So if you guys are willing to bring me in for a session or multiple sessions, we can work out materials. And then I am available out there. And the reason I did is I just noticed that our community in Arizona, sometimes it's really hard to get someone to come in and do presentations or live readings. But I know that was a need. I love doing it. I was doing that above my job, above and beyond, and working too many hours. And so I had to cut one of those out. And I'm going to do what I love and enjoy. And it's just going really well in the past month. And so picking up, like I said, and I'm starting to actually need my calendar. But that's what I'm doing. I will put my email address in here. It is bitterwaterdesignaz@gmail.com if you would like any information or ask me questions. But like I said, I am building my website. It's almost available. It'll be there soon. All right. Thank you, Sheila, for that introduction. And anyone else? Share outs.
I actually had two more things, Esther. So I just wanted to put on everyone's calendar, especially if you're a member of NIEA, that we are having our Hill Week in March on the 7th through the 9th. So this is going to be an in-person Hill Week for those of you who are interested. This is a time for our NIEA members, and I know AIEA has some NIEA membership to meet with their legislators on the Capitol. And this is a time where NIEA creates that space for those meetings, as well as has folks from the administration come and meet our membership. So it's a kind of a few days of advocacy, and that's going to be March 7th through the 9th. And then this is still a year away, but just to get it on everybody's calendar, our 54th annual convention and trade show is going to be in Albuquerque, New Mexico next year, October 18th through the 21st. So just in case nobody, there are people who are unaware, we're going to be pretty close to Arizona next year. So hopefully we have a good turnout. So that was it.
Joaquin, is that going to be held at the convention center?
So I believe it is. I can get more details. I'll get more details so I can report on that next week. But yeah, I do know we do have a place already paid for. So I believe it is the convention center.
Okay. And just to let the other members know, if you plan on attending, you'll want to reserve your hotel immediately because when we went to NIEA this year in Oklahoma City, all of the hotels were booked. The 3 hotels in the surrounding area, so you had to go a little bit further. Luckily, I reserved right away, so just letting y'all know, reserve your hotel ahead of time. Thank you, Joaquin. All right, anyone else want to share what's going on in your community and your programs?
Hi, Esther. This is Melanie. I'd love to just share a few things from the Phoenix Indian Center. And I will start actually emailing more in so that, we can share the flyers and whatnot, but we are gearing up for a very busy few months here. As I mentioned, I'm the youth program manager, youth meaning high school, self-identifying Native American high school aged youth are the youth that we focus on here in our programming. But we also do have a prevention team that works a lot with the middle school aged youths. And then some of our programming even extends through young adults up to 24 years of age. So it really kind of depends on what that programming is. A few things I just wanted to highlight, something that we're celebrating right now is we do have a youth council that my team and I run through the center here. And this year we have 23 inaugurated members. Our youth council members are really the pulse for us on the urban indigenous community out there. So they help us actually plan a lot of our programming. Some of those things being a future youth leadership day, which we're going to be partnering with ASU on at the beginning of next year. And then they'll also be holding our 3rd annual MMIP Walkathon here from Phoenix Indian Center the last Saturday of April 2023. So you'll see more about that coming out as well. Usually leading up to those events, we offer cultural classes for youth, like ribbon skirt making classes and hand drum making classes. And then we encourage those that attend those classes that want to come to these other events where they can wear the skirts, walk with the drums with us, to please do so. A few other things that we have coming up more recent though are we still have spaces available for our paid internship program. We do have on October 29th, the last prerequisite class that youth would have to take first. It is a 1-day class from 9 to 3 that day, and there is a virtual option. So we're holding it here at Phoenix Indian Center in our classroom. And then those that can't attend in person, it can be on Zoom, but we do still have spaces available. The Youth to Work paid internship program is one of the biggest pieces of our curriculum that we do twice a year. We run it in the fall, starting in October, with internships taking place over the winter break. So this year, those internships will be between the weeks of December 19th and run through January 6th. So the youth can take the job readiness training class first, where my team and I have a curriculum where we walk them through what it's like, what they need to expect in their first job, how to prepare. We go over interviewing skills, resume writing, and all of that. They do get paid by my program for their time, so $13 an hour to take the class. And that's also the same rate that we pay the interns. So it is a paid internship, so that those that want to move into the internship this December will be able to do so. And if they take the classes now, the prerequisite class, they can also intern in the summer. Over summer break, we run this program again. So the internships over the summer would be in July. If they take it again now, they don't have to take the class. They can just intern in July as well. But again, we place them with vetted businesses here around Maricopa County that we hand select, and we have a broad base of different types of businesses. We try to partner the youth with their area of interest. And my team really kind of walks hand in hand with the youth. They check in with them about, every other day to see how their internship is going. And youths can really work with the business supervisor on their schedule. They don't have to work a 40-hour week. If they just want to do 5 hours, for those select 3 weeks, they can. Again, we prep up the businesses with what they need to know. We give them an orientation, and then we give the youths stepping into the internship piece their orientation. And we've even made it as easy as setting up an autofill timesheet that my team collects from the youth with the supervisor's approval. So we calculate all that in-house here. So the businesses get a free, intern, for their select time frame for those up to 3 weeks. We take care of everything on the back end, and the youth get some really great hands-on experience. Plus they get paid for the internship. I'll also drop my email in the chat for anybody that is interested or has a youth interested in this program if you have other questions. But that is a big piece of our programming every year. And then the last thing I'll touch upon is we do have open to our Indigenous families here at Phoenix Indian Center. We're doing a drive-through trick-or-treat. So the team and I will be dressed up in costumes here on Friday, October 28th. It's from 4 to 7 p.m. And if you know where our building is on Central, we'll have it outlined with, signage and everything. But we're going to be having people drive through the back parking garage in a big circular fashion. And we usually do this in conjunction with Native American Connections as well, and Native Health. So that will be happening on the 28th.
Thank you, Melanie. I do have a question. I've had students participate in the youth internship program, and they were very happy with it. I do have a question. What type of businesses have you partnered with that the students will be working at?
Sure. So we've actually had Arizona's education department. So Lynn Ann has been in the loop of this as well. We've had a talent agency, consulting firms, an architectural design company this last summer. We've also partnered a couple different times now with Cahokia, which is downtown. Melody Lewis and Unique Yazi are big supporters of ours. We've actually had, for the very first time this last summer, an animal shelter, because we had 2 youths interested in going into that as a profession. So we partnered with them, and it's just a broad spectrum. Some are more office-based. Some youth have actually worked for Native American Connections in their IT department here in the same building as us. And then we always take 1 or 2 interns here at Phoenix Indian Center as well. So some of our business are Indigenous owned and operated, some are not. But again, we try to, on the applications that the youth submit, try to match them up with what their interest is, and then we go from there. We also have our workforce development team here. We have staff from workforce development helping to reach out to businesses as well.
Thank you. That is a broad spectrum of areas for the students. Great job. All right, is there anyone else who would like to share? All right. Well, it's nice to hear all the things that are happening with your programs. I just can't wait. Our children and our students and youth have some wonderful opportunities that they can take advantage of. All right, anyone else? Going once? Hey. Okay. Well, if there's anyone else, now's your chance. What are you doing next month? Okay. Well, thank you very much for attending today and taking the time to be here. We truly appreciate you um, and things that you do in the community to encourage our students, our youth, our community as a whole. So we'd love to see you again next month. We'll send out an email. And if you have anything to share out to our AIEA community, we can email it out. I put the email address in the chat up here, and there's also some other information as well. Joaquin put his email address. Melanie, thank you, and I did as well. So have a great Halloween if you celebrate. If you don't, that's okay. And then we'll see you next month and enjoy your Native American Heritage Month. I know there's lots of activities going on. So maybe let us know what you're doing. All right, thank you. I'd like to call for a motion to adjourn the meeting.
This is Katie Parker. I'll make a motion that we adjourn the meeting at 12:28.
All right, thank you, Katie. Anyone second?
This is Sheila. I'll second.
Thank you, Sheila. All right, fabulous. I'm like, well, if everyone's gone, it's over. All right, so let me stop the recording.